My dad, Ted Murphy Kelly, started the Albert Creek Bird Observatory in 2001 after discovering Albert Creek has pristine birding habitat. The habitat includes marshlands and old-growth forests. He had training at Toronto Bird Observatory prior to moving to Watson Lake. This is the only banding station north of 60 degrees latitude in North America. Albert Creek Bird Observatory is a part of the Canadian Migration Monitoring Network. This video will show the running operations of our banding station. So around 4:30 a.m., depending on the weather, we put up all our nets. At the Albert Creek Bird Observatory, we have around 18 up currently. We just use a stick that we carved to push up all the strings to the top of the pole. This was about an hour after we put up the nets. If it's a busy day, we go around every 30 minutes, but it wasn't too busy this day. This is just me extracting a northern water thrush from the net. It's almost always a pretty simple extraction, so it doesn't take too long. Then I just put the bird in this little bag that we clean regularly and tie the string. In this, I'm extracting a myrtle warbler, which is one of the most common birds we get, that and Wilson's warblers. Once we get all the birds from that round to the banding table, the bander tells the scriber the last two numbers of the band so we know we haven't lost a band.
Number 46? Is that right?
Yep. The next thing we need to know is the type of bird. There's a species code for every type, and this one is a myrtle warbler, also known as a Maiwa.
Okay, the species code is Maiwa, myrtle warbler.
Then we need to know the age. 6x1 is after second year, 1x1 is after hatch, and 5x1 is second year.
Age is 6x1.
Then we need to know the sex. 4x1 is male, 5x1 is female, and 0 is if we don't know.
Sex is 4x1.
And then we just measure the wing right from the joint.
Wing is
Stop it, dog!
76.
The last thing is weight. We just put the bird into a little cup and then weigh it.
Weight is 8.1.
And then we just let it go. Sometimes the bird just stays in your hand for a little bit because it needs some time to adjust, but it leaves eventually. Sometimes we get recaptures, which is just a bird that already has a band on its leg. It could be from that day or even years ago. We can tell where and when it's from the band number, so the bander has to read the whole band number to the scriber.
2810 08914.
And then we just need the species,
Myrtle warbler,
and the weight.
8.8 grams.
At the end of the day, which is usually after 6 hours of the banding station being open, we have to close all the nets. We roll it up with a furling motion. You're probably wondering why we do all this. The purpose of running these stations is to monitor bird populations, species, and possible scientific trends, and we do this by data collection, which we submit annually to the CMMN. My dad says that birds are a large indicator in problems occurring in the planet's environment, so it's good to keep an eye on them.